Well, Amazon's gearing up for Christmas. Anyway, so I don't remember what part I'm on now. I keep stopping it and starting it. The phone, the camera, I mean. Turns out you do actually have to have 1,000 subscribers to go live. Oh wow. Oh. Okay. I get more stuff to pop. Remember the other water bottle? This would be hers. Yeah, it's wearing a sweater too. I won't tell him there was a green one. Because I think green purple is the real colors. The blue's still masculine. It smells like the stuff it's made out of. Oh, I had bought water bottles that came with filters, but the just, I don't know, the pain in the butt. The cap wasn't right, the filter wasn't right, it was like too much going on. I thought next time, yeah, the stainless steel water bottle. Then everybody uses smart water bottles. I'm like, whatever has a flip top. Yeah. So, backwash, slip. It's got another hook, another thing with the hook. There, he's getting stoned. Oh, then you can screw it onto whatever. That's what's in your brain. I don't have it out here with me, but I have another water bottle. It's aluminum, but at the top it has a little battery. On the inside of the cap, it has like a UV light. That was before the Woo Flu came out, and everybody was all UV happy. And come with instructions? Yes, it does. Did I want those? Probably not. That way you know which way it is. At the price, I'll just get a new one if something happens to it. I have a lot of stuff to take to the trash can. Oh, this is a spare filter. I had bought mosquito netting.
Okay, there we go. The water in your toilet is blue again.
Okay, that's gonna get on YouTube. Anyways, but it was like really huge. It was enough for like to cover a full size or king size bed, and you're just like a twin. Single pyramid net. So I never could decide on an ultralight tent. I wasn't gonna pay $700 for an ultralight tent when it was like basically a tarp.
Oh, you just showed me the folding saw already?
Uh-huh.
It looks an awful lot like my printing saw.
Yeah, I think that's
my folding printing saw. Very similar.
Where my saw went. His folding pruning saw.
What are you talking about? No, I bought this folding printing saw.
I bought one.
Yeah, it looks very much like my folding printing saw.
I bought it on Amazon.
I got mine at the Atlas.
Yeah. Well, probably one in the camping gear, one in his gardening gear, and I was one there. I'm like, put it in my truck.
It's the same saw.
Yeah, basically.
Same saw, different packaging. I wonder which one's more expensive, the folding printing saw or the
That was really
camping
cheap.
saw?
That was really cheap. Ooh, I'm looking at fingers. The mosquito netting would definitely be for summertime.
Yeah, if they were to take ramen noodles and package them up as emergency survival rations, they could charge an extra $5 a piece for them.
If they're rice ramen noodles. They probably do that. I don't know what they sell in those buckets. I've never tried to buy one. Somewhere we got some freeze-dried emergency rations. They're like, you got a sample pack, and it was basically soup and a little bit of pasta.
Yeah. I need to make some rations for you.
Right. No idea. It's got a Ziploc top. Okay, so if he were to make these ration bars, he would eat them all. Again, remember, this is the guy who ate all his peanuts.
I was 6.
He's still eating all his peanuts.
Maybe so.
He probably buys peanuts by the bag. Bandages! Took me a minute. I was trying to find really good bandages, and somebody said that the clear bandages for, I guess, transplants? For incisions? If you've ever had to hike anywhere and you get a gusher, once you stop the bleeding, you don't want to keep it closed. And this can go in his first aid kit. I have bandages for blisters somewhere in the truck. I haven't made it in the bag yet. Don't really know what I want in the first aid kit. Not to go out there. I want to be close enough to a truck stop or interstate. There's a reason why I always stick to the big road. There's no slow service. I don't want to go there. Unless it's a U.S. highway and it's not that long. And there's always going to be traffic. There's so many tracking devices on my truck. Something happens to me, somebody should know, right? Between the lease company, they have a dash camera. I have a dash camera. And then my company puts a tracking device in there. It's called the E-Log or whatever. Then he came up with a camera. This guy's, yeah, I don't know if he's paranoid, he worries about so much. There's so much that could go wrong. We're talking about putting cameras all over the truck. I'm like, great. I've looked into that. It's expensive. You can get aftermarket ones, I guess. They're okay. Bring a backup camera, pointer, like on a mirror, and then have dash cameras pointed backwards and forward, which I actually recommend. Somebody was once saying a truck or somebody was tailgating them. It wouldn't. Oh, clothes dryer. Wouldn't go around them. I'm like, the company might want to know who the drivers are tailgating. Dash camera, point backwards. But then I could also get you in trouble because then you're on camera, checking your phone and all that stuff. So I have an apartment style washer dryer combo. You don't always get everything exactly dry. I was trying to figure out how to dry. I have tons of clothes clips and clotheslines, but socks. Jason has a lot of socks. Let me tell you something about Jason. When he needs socks, he's more likely to buy them than wash them. Is that weird? I get really, yeah.
Never have enough socks.
You heard that? I might have to put this stuff.
I wash my socks, and then whenever the laundry comes back, the socks are all about half the socks are gone. I don't know where they go. They just vanish.
There's a whole bunch of dirty socks all over the house.
It might be because I wear them once or twice, and then they get holes in the toes, and I have to get new socks.
Why are they getting holes in the toes? Holes in the toes, so easy. The dog's not chewing socks anymore. It's happened to him years ago. Dog hasn't done that in a while. Nobody's putting holes in your socks. I'm gonna go with the cat. Oh, this is the big box. That's kind of heavy. Oh boy. I think it's the last one. I'm still waiting for one more. The great thing about Amazon is it delivers the very next day. It's all this stuff. Oh my god. Oh. I think it's aluminum tape, like duct tape. It's got aluminum in it. Or metal. It's a Chinese knockoff. Oh well, I know what it's for. Oh. This is what blanket number 4, I think. I got them for cover the windows. I thought, get a couple more for, I don't know. Well, they're not as soft and fluffy as comforters and all that, but if you're gonna take one out with you, put it in your vehicle or whatever, yeah, wool. I know the ultralight bags are cool because they have fluffy downness. They look so fragile. Basically, I would not be handing that to my kid. Be like, no. But you know, you treat your other stuff. This is something fashionable she can wear. Move it on the floor in no time. I wonder where she gets it from. Her dad. Don't know. Anyways, I think that's all the packages. I'll do an update when I get the one I'm really excited about in the door lock. That'd be nice. I was out so long they gave me extra home time. Then I'm kind of a crybaby. The Mondays are good days to start out. If I would have had to gone out on a Friday, make it work, you know. So they got me a load home, so I'm paid to go home till they're near almost disaster with the some skinny crackhead trying to get in my trailer. As far as you can tell, nothing was amiss, but Sophie's like, you should lock it. I'm like, how many different types of doors there are? How many different types of locks there are? Half the time you can't get just any kind of lock on any kind of door. There's little plastic seals, really. But I was trying to figure out, this lock, that lock. I go through so many locks. You break the key off in one, you have to go get help to get it sawed off, ground off with a grinder. I used to get more bubble wrap than this stuff. That was fun. Teenage girl and a cat. Ooh, bubble wrap. Old dog annoyed. Old man annoyed. So I think that's all I have for you. It's like 30 minutes of opening packages. Still have to run errands. He's supposed to be ordering stuff off of Lowe's, so we don't have to go there. Sound like a little animal. I don't want to go. Jeez. Somehow I get shanghaied into going to Lowe's again. There's a video last time took a lot longer. But I gotta take so much. Remember, something came up. I might make a short one. And actually this time get the lumber prices. Oh, you can probably look it up on the website here in your area. I don't think there's really a lumber shortage at the time. I think there was a lumber demand increase. I thought somebody wanted to fix stuff. We'd always slowly been doing it. I should say Cam, not me. I didn't really help much. I help with those jobs that might need a second hand. You have to keep my attention to my window off. I don't think we went back to Turkey Mountain until in the spring. I think we're going to get cuttings next time. You know, I should have stopped recording a long time ago, but this is funny. Okay, I'm going to leave that. It's not a Biden fart, but apparently Biden let a fart or something that was like super loud and super long. I think he was sending with like his wife and some diplomat. British, I think. The British must really think we're weird by now. Between Obama, Trump, this old codger. Oh my god, the poor British are like, what is wrong with America? I think Biden sent the British something obnoxious. Oh, they'll love it. I think it was like a speech of him or something. And they sent them back the bust of Winston Churchill. What? Oh my goodness. But I think it's official. Americans are crazy. Our politics is schizophrenic. Well, I was going to tell you something I heard the other day. I told Jason this. was listening to a podcast. A couple of libertarians are discussing. Well, of one thing they were discussing is how to get more libertarians elected. And if you're a libertarian, you're like, the whole point is to get rid of the federal government. Now, some libertarians are like, well, smaller is better. You always end up with, you don't put the genie back in the box. It never gets smaller, ever. It's huge and then it collapses. It gets huge and it collapses. That's why government works. Small government idea is kind of nonsense. And so they were discussing how to get more. Okay, one guy was trying to start the conversation on getting more libertarians elected. And the other guy has to point out, remember how he said it. He considered voting an act of aggression. Because it is. Unless everybody votes 100% the same way, that minority that didn't want it is, being aggressed on, being forced into this. So if you want to use that, voting is an act of aggression, feel free. It's one of those libertarian podcasts, I can't remember which one. They're all over. And they do really good at explaining libertarianism. Maybe anarchism. You'd be amazed at all who, once you start listening to podcasts, libertarian podcasts, you'd be amazed at who might actually be libertarian and just not say it. Especially if they discuss like economics. And then they'll discuss what laws are being passed and what the government's doing here or there. And then one guy would explain how the government caused the problem. And then if you would say, let's try to fix it this way or that way, he would tell you where that's been tried, where that came up as a problem, how that would make it worse. And I think it was a 3-hour podcast this guy was on. It's like one famous podcaster interviewing another one. And for 3 hours, the economic guy is just shooting down these crazy ideas. I mean, they sound good. And that left guy is now a little more right. Yet moving to Texas. Anyways, this is like the longest part. And I guess I'll say later. Till tomorrow.